meat and curry, I'm your man. Cause how we all lose it is a mystery. It's like the changing of our wardrobes from a dire history. But it's the one making us not stop. 50 kilograms is all we've got to drop. La 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 la, la 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 la.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this week's 50 kg Drop podcast. I'd like to introduce you to a brand new series called Energy Medicine with Umashnee Naidoo. Hello, Uma, how are you?
Hi, I am great. And yourself, Ian?
I'm good, thanks. So, listeners, for the benefit of you, I have committed to going through energy medicine with Uma. Uma's going to get to the core of my chakra and try and heal me from within. I don't know if that's right or not, but that's what I think I've signed up to. Uma, you probably want to do a better job at explaining that for everyone.
All right, you're a little bit close, but you don't just have one chakra, you have many.
Okay.
So the reason we're doing this is we are bringing this as that one realm that very few of us touch, the energetic realm, when we are dealing with weight loss specifically. But as you know, everything is linked in life. You are on a weight loss journey, but it's not just about the fat. Remember, we just don't magically put on weight. There's habits and symptoms and parts in life that cause us to indulge in certain behaviors that lead us to put on weight, which is the whole point of this podcast. But it's just one tiny element of life, and everything in your life is energy. So we are attempting a very different route at fat loss. And this is the journey that I have been on, where we heal our wounds and we bring safety to the body so that the body feels safe. So Ian's going to be attacking this from all areas because he's already doing all the things. So Ian, what we're going to be doing is, I'm also a holistic health coach. So I bring in the modern, nutritional, movement, physical, everything into the picture. But what we're going to be doing is, I will be performing energy healing sessions on Ian. And what this actually is where he will come up with an issue, and I will locate where the energetic imprints lie in his body, which energy centers, which are your chakras, and I will go in and clear that energy. And at the end, give him homework or recommendations that he will be carrying out in order to integrate and bring in that healing session and facilitate it along his journey. So any questions, Ian?
No, I'm so ready for this.
That's wonderful. Okay, so today what we're going to be doing is we're performing something like a discovery call, where I will just be gathering some background on you and everything that you've done already. Okay, I've got a whole lot of questions. So the first thing I want to know is, what's your age?
I am 34, I think, 34, 35, something like that.
Okay.
34.
All right. And what is your career or job?
I work in the staffing industry, and I have done for the past 15 years. My job's, at the moment, is partnerships director, and I kind of oversee the partnerships of our relationships with our clients, basically.
Okay. And do you enjoy your job?
Yeah, I find it exhilarating, to be honest, at times. I find it incredibly frustrating at times, but I really enjoy the buzz of it all. I've got a lot of time for the role that I'm doing currently, and I think it's taken me quite a while to kind of get to that point, really.
That's wonderful. I mean, obviously, no one's going to be happy all the time, but if you are happy doing what you're doing on a daily basis, that's a huge part of it, right? In a very brief way, can you explain to me your goals in life? You could just touch on the different areas very briefly. Like, where would you see yourself in a year from now?
Great question. So I've got baby on the way. So a new part of my brain's talking about being a good dad. And that's really quite important to me. I think I spent a lot of my years being unreliable, and I want to be more reliable. And I think I'm working on a lot of that to date. I value the relationship with my wife, and I want to make sure that we're totally on the same page, working as a team, and making sure that's a life partnership that we can work towards. From a work perspective, I've got giant ambitions, but as I grow older, I think what I'm trying to do is box them into the right camps and not letting the kind of untouchable future get in the way of what we can do now. From a physical perspective, I've been the fat guy all my life, and even so much so that there's a nickname that I've had since school called Chunk, that I'm now looking to model more of a healthy build, which is again falling back to this reliability word. I like reliability as a word. Away from that, I want to be healthy. I want to be strong, is the other angle. And I'm sure I haven't missed the kind of buckets. And financially, I want to be safe. I want to be living a good life. I've worked crazy hours for a long time. I want to make sure that's being put into the right world. And a big key driver for me is to help and educate others. I've always lent towards that life, but I've made a lot of mistakes over the years that were all very avoidable. And I think growing up is a difficult world to be in. And I think a lot of the stuff and a lot of holes and rabbit holes I went through can be totally unavoidable. But a lot of people fall into these traps, hence why the podcast has been born.
That's wonderful. And everything in life is a spiritual journey, right? Everything is a part of the plan, no matter how painful it is, no matter how many detours you take, how many mistakes. I do believe that everything is strategically placed in order to grow you and to develop you and to give you the exact soul lessons that you need to learn so that you can evolve and become that highest version of yourself. And that is my goal. My goal is to get people to that highest version of themselves, whatever that looks like, whatever that feels like, to facilitate that, because I have that vision where I can see you there already, right?
Okay.
And on some level, there is that highest version of yourself that already exists. All we have to do is tap into that reality.
Sure.
Right? So that is where we are going. So this is your first baby that you have on the way?
Yeah. First child.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah. Exciting times for sure.
Yeah, this is a whole new, I wouldn't even say chapter. This is a whole new book, eh?
Yeah,
Fatherhood
exactly.
is a beautiful, magical ride. And I'm just so grateful that you are in a happy marriage and your goals are to work as a team with your wife. It's just something that's missing in society so much these days. So that's going to be really exciting and it will only get better.
Sure.
All right. So let's talk about your medical history. Are you on any chronic medication?
No.
Oh, that makes it easier. All right. No chronic medication. What supplements do you take?
Creatine once a day.
I'm assuming for the muscle building benefits.
Yep.
Okay.
I like to demyth social media, and I think half of the advice you get is someone trying to sell a product, and even though they might not be directly selling it, they probably own shares in something. Creatine seems to be the one that everyone's like, it's the most researched and this type of stuff. So I won't believe that until I've given it a go. And to date, it's worked. Yeah. I don't know. I'm definitely getting stronger. I'm definitely getting bigger. My recovery time's gone down. So it's a tick in the box for that. and I'm going to see this course out and see where it goes. But yeah, that's the only thing I take.
And I don't know if you know this, but it's also beneficial for your brain.
People say this, yeah.
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 So it is, and that is quite well researched. So that's an added benefit. Medically, have you what's have you suffered with any illnesses, any challenges?
No, I've got sciatica. So I tried to run the marathon a few years back. That then gave me a problem with
Okay.
my hips. It's then I then played lots of football, got really big as well, and I had this like
Mm.
back pain, leg pain, knee pain, which is all
Mm-hmm.
linked with sciatica. But that's the only thing that I've got and I also am waiting on shoulder surgery, which I've decided not to do. I thought if I could lose loads of weight and try and strengthen it, I might be able to avoid it, which is working so far, but it sometimes goes, and when it goes pretty bad.
So what exactly is what surgery is it?
It's for the AC connecting joint.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
but the surgeon kind of did a scan, looked at it, and was like, "Let's get you operated on." And I work in sales, and I didn't feel like that was enough of a check.
Mm.
It was like, "Let's just get you opened up." And in this big posh hotel, like it was a big posh private hospital, and I was kind of sitting there thinking,
Oh.
"You gain nothing by saying my shoulder's fine, do you?" So I decided to go down the route trying to heal it myself, which could be stupid, could be not. It definitely isn't right, but it's getting better. Every week it's getting better. I just learned to live around it than with it.
With the sciatica, you said that you do yoga.
Yes.
Have you noticed any improvement with the sciatica since you started yoga?
Yeah, I've been pain free for like 7 months. Then I played football. I got hit
Mm,
in the back leg. It kind of set it all off again. So
yeah,
contact sports is probably not for me anymore, really. Hot yoga's been brilliant though, yeah.
yeah, because that's definitely going to help you with sciatica. And just to tell you that like we just okay, we have pain, we get injured, and yes, it's going to result in pain, but your body stores trauma as well in the tissues, and very often that is one of the reasons the pain gets worse, right? But we'll be looking at all of that. Genetically, do you have any health concerns that you feel you might inherit from your parents?
No. I went for a DEXA scan
Wonderful.
recently. I meant to be like very healthy, just got some fat on me. So yeah, I need to get the fat off. Both
Yes,
parents have
the
got
DEXA scan.
both. Yeah, I had a DEXA scan. I can send it through to you. Both parents had a problem with weight management over the years. I probably fall into the camp of not being able to control it very well.
Do you have any pets?
I have a little dog,
Oh, what breed is it?
Cavapoo.
Oh, that's adorable. And what's the dog's name?
He's close to me, so if I say his name, I might wake him up. But
Oh, okay. Don't. It's fine. I get that. Mine also sleeps here in my office with me most of the time when my daughter's not around. I'm like the last person she'll go to when nobody's in the house.
yeah,
Okay. So what are your work hours like?
I work 7:30 in the morning to about 7:30 at night every day. I then manage the podcast outside of hours. It's quite a lot.
Okay. So you do physically go into an office to work, or do you work from
Yeah, I
home?
physically go into an office to work. Yeah.
What, okay, before we move to the stress, what was your childhood like? If you could just briefly talk about whatever you are comfortable speaking about.
I found school very frustrating. I found life outside of school brilliant. I was very sporty, but lazy at the same time. So I was naturally quite good at a lot of sports. I played in a lot of teams, but I didn't really apply myself to it. Yeah, childhood was good.
Good.
I always wanted to be a lot older than I was back then, though. So I don't
Mm,
think I really appreciated it for what it was at the time. I spent a lot of time in my kind of teens getting into the wrong circles, probably. But yeah, I was relatively happy. Yeah.
Okay. And siblings?
Got two brothers. Got one full brother, one half.
Okay. And are they younger, older?
One's 18 months older. The other one's like 20 years younger, maybe 10 years younger.
Okay.
No, much more than that. 16 years younger. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So typically, what are your stress levels like?
I've been really trying to work on this. And start of the year, I thought I had them under control. And I've got this habit of piling too much on my plate, which then makes me like right now, I'm thinking of 25 different things that I need to
Mhm.
do. I spend most of my spare time looking to not do stressful things to try and de-stress. That's the best way of saying it. But at work, I'm flat out every day.
Mhm. Mhm. And do you find it easy to shut off after work? Or
I
you,
got much better at
oh,
that, yeah. I'll carry stuff home for the first hour or so,
mhm,
sit on the sofa in a bit of a maze, clear in my head, play with the
mhm.
dog, go to bed, happy.
That's good.
Yeah.
And okay, in terms of your workouts and movement, any the forms of movement, exercise routines, what does that look like?
Hot yoga on a Sunday morning, 8 a.m. I'm then like in bed bound for the rest of the day. Mondays, I go weightlifting, and I've got in a routine of trying to go weightlifting 4 or 5 times a week, which was too much. So I've now
Okay.
wound it back. I then do cardio Fridays, which is boxing at lunch and then football in the evening. And then I also do boxing on Saturday mornings as well. I usually get some sort of workout in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And away from that, my base level, I walk most places and cycle in on a line bike over like a 5 minute way either way. But if I'm ever going on client meetings at work, I typically cycle there. So I don't use the
Okay.
tube, I don't do that sort of stuff. I just try and cycle where I can.
So that is that your cardio, or do you have like, would you
Cardio is
say
boxing and
it's
football.
boxing and football? So basically, you're getting some form of workout almost every day of the week.
Tuesdays, Wednesday, Thursdays, depending how busy I am at work, I can avoid that.
Mhm,
But I try and
mhm.
get a gym session in either in the morning or night. But Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I'm doing a lot. Yeah.
Okay. And does your body feel very sore after the workout?
Not since I've been on the carnivore diet. I don't really get much
Okay.
inflammation anymore. I used to be like, if I played football, I wouldn't be able to walk for a week. I had that actually
Mm.
recently, but no, my recovery time's pretty good
Okay. How long have you been on the carnivore diet?
since January. Had about 4 weeks in total off it,
Yeah.
but apart from that, it's just been just meat. This week it's just steak I'm eating. So yeah,
Are you enjoying it?
yeah. You don't get any stress with it. It's like I think if I was stressed at work and I was putting sugar into my system normally, I'd then get brain fog, which would then make me twice as frustrated because I couldn't get stuff done.
Hmm.
Whereas with this, it's kind of there's no fog, so I can
Yeah.
maybe that's why I'm overloading myself with stuff to do because I've got clarity and physically I feel fine. I'm never tired. I'm never fatigued after I eat.
And yeah, that makes sense because what sugar does is sugar activates that monkey brain, where we're not, it's that like you're not able to think clearly and kind of the carnivore diet is going to do the opposite of that, which I'm glad that it's working for you because the most important part about your diet is that it works for you.
Yeah,
And do you fast or have any of that kind
Monday
of
through to
protocol?
Friday I do. Yeah, I don't have breakfast
Okay.
and I eat one steak at 12 o'clock and then another steak at night at the moment. But it would be 2 meals normally, which would be other meats and fish and stuff.
Okay, so 2 meals a day, and on the weekends?
Weekends, I usually work out quite extensively in the morning, both
Mm-hmm.
days, and then I eat maybe a breakfast, then a lunch, maybe a dinner on the weekends. But again, it's all meat, just meat.
What do you do for fun? Any hobbies or?
Great question. I like going. I like going to football, to watch
Oh,
football. I like going on dog walks. I like going on holidays, that sort of stuff. But I'm in a bit of a weird place at the moment because all of the old fun I used to have, which involved drinking mainly,
mhm,
isn't accessible to me anymore. Socializing with friends is different because a lot of them want to meet in pubs and that type of stuff, and that's good for the first like hour and a bit, but it gets a bit boring after that. And I'm so focused on work that I'm kind of putting that to one on the back burner basically.
mhm.
I really like barbecuing, and when I do get out barbecuing, I enjoy it. But I prefer barbecuing for others than just cooking for the sake of it.
Okay. So, so these are the things you also find relaxing, or do you have another way to relax, or something you prefer doing
The
that
thing that
makes
I
you
find
feel
works
relaxed?
really well is boxing was great for me to relax, even though it's a sport.
Yeah.
I would not think about anything else but boxing in that hour. So it takes my
Hmm.
mind out of every day. The other thing is sauna and plunge. So I've been going for saunas and then having a plunge afterwards in like freezing cold water.
Hmm.
And again, that you're thinking about your breathing, you're thinking about everything else. It makes you a lot more present. That's the thing.
Do you do any kind of meditation or meditative practice?
No, I've done some breathing exercises from Wim Hof before. Shout out Joe Simo who got me onto that one. I've been listening to that and then trying to practice it, but it's not a regular thing at all.
Have you ever gone to therapy?
I have been to therapy. I went to cognitive behavioral therapy for about 2 to 3 years, and it taught me how to understand a bit more about where I come from, what I do, that sort of stuff, why I have these
Hmm.
actions. I also regularly go to like head coaches and that type of thing
Hmm.
if I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed, really.
Okay. And but have you ever been on any medication?
No,
None.
this is all paid for out my own pocket. It wasn't referred.
Okay. All right. So on the psychological side, is there any hereditary or genetic concerns that you have? None.
Yeah.
Hey, what would you say is your most unhealthy habit, if there is any? And this is now across the board. It could be physical, it could be mental, it could be emotional.
I've had so many habits that I've spent the last 7 years unhabiting habits. I used to smoke, used to drink heavily, used to gamble, I used to do all these things. Pretty much anything you can imagine, I've had a good go at, and I thoroughly got into it and wanted to do it. Eating is and overeating has always been a problem. But when I had the other habits, it wasn't a problem because my habits were
Right.
channeled elsewhere. At the moment, I've been habitless for a while because this year was all about stripping out every habit, and I'm struggling to work out how to work out what to put in. If you see what I mean, I've kind of added weightlifting as
Yes.
a new habit, but yeah, I'm open to this kind of what's the right thing to do, and I'm also in a bit of
Hmm.
inquisitive mind of trying other things because what I enjoyed before isn't what's motivating me now. I used to love drinking, going out, this sort of stuff, especially at work. I used to love going out, celebrating success. And I don't enjoy any of that anymore. And when I do it, I do enjoy it, but I'm trying to stay off the substances like alcohol and that sort of stuff. So
Yes.
I'm trying to find what my joy is.
Yeah, and the thing is, once you remove these external channels to feeling excited, what people don't realize is when we bring in any kind of external substance, you're actually numbing and dulling yourself. It's an
Yeah,
escapism. It's not you finding the joy, it's you running from reality. You know, I know that sounds harsh, and I've been there myself, but it's like all of these things led you to a place close to joy, no happiness in that moment. But then when it fades away or when it wears off, now you are left with yourself. And it's beautiful that you've removed all of the habits. So now it seems to me like there is this space that you want to fill, which is beautiful because now you're going to tap into your true joy, you know, that you don't need something to get you there.
yeah,
This should be the way of life. This is how it should be.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now, just for me to get a little bit of background on the chakras. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly explain the chakras to you, just briefly. But as we do the energy healing, I will keep going over what each one is responsible for and answer any questions you have. So at the base of your spine, you have your root chakra, right? The color of this chakra is red. Basically, these 7 colors are the colors of the rainbow. So you are surrounded by an energetic field. And it is a white light that enters here at the crown and splits up into that rainbow, okay, feeding each chakra. And when I go and look for energetic imprints, I will identify the chakra that is affected and do the clearing there related to whatever issue you are bringing to that session. Now, with the root chakra, it's the chakra that's red and it's responsible for your safety in the world, for your sense of belonging, right? It sits at the base of your spine. And it's responsible, so these chakras basically speak to all of the energy organ systems and hormonal systems that surround them. The next one is going to be your sacral chakra. So the sacral is basically that whole reproductive organ. It's the space between your belly button and that root. And this is where we create. This is the space that we create from. Your ideas, the solutions that you come with. It's all coming from your sacral. And when our sacral is blocked, we feel stuck. We feel unable to create. This is also the space where the womb lies for women. This is where we create life. And remember that we might think, remember I touched a little bit on the masculine and the feminine. And we might think that it's just a woman that is holding this womb. But I would say the womb is more an energy because men have the sacral chakra as well. That is your space of creation. You might not have a physical womb, but you do create. So that is the sacral. Above that is around that belly button area. It's your tummy area. That is your solar plexus. This is the place of your self-power. It is that authentic power, the one that allows you to do the brave stuff, the one that allows you to honor your goals and values and show up as your authentic self in the world. That one is like this beautiful golden yellow color. Oh, and the sacral was orange, the one of the around the reproductive organs. So generally, when we have issues around the digestive system, it is a solar plexus blockage or some heavy, dense energy that's sitting there. The next one is your heart chakra, and that is right there by your heart center. This one's green. And this is that space where you are able to give and receive love. Now, heartbreak and pain sometimes causes us to put walls around this heart chakra. And in order for us to be able to give and receive freely and abundantly in this world, we need a beautiful flowing heart chakra. The next one is your throat, and that one is sitting right there in your throat. So a lot of your thyroid issues and sore throats, all of that issues that you might have around that throat area could be coming from a blocked throat chakra. So that is your place of expression. You know, it's your ability to be seen and heard and speak your truth in this world. Then the next one, and that's blue. The next one is in the space between your eyes. It's your third eye. This is the vision that you are able to perceive, not with the two physical eyes. It is that sense that you get, you know, when you really hone in on it, you can perceive things way past what you could see visually, right? So that is your third eye. The next one is your crown, and your crown is the one that receives the higher guidance. That is that beautiful, vibrant white light, and it sits here. That's actually floating just above the top of your head. So those are all the chakras, and those are the ones that I'm going to be working with. So this is energy medicine, also known as shamanism. And, you know, I myself thought that the chakras were just a yoga kind of philosophy, but this is really ancient science, and it applies to us all, right? So I just wanted to give you a brief description. Now, if you had to look at your body, where would you say you have experienced the most issues, whatever that is, whether it's mental, whether it's emotional, physical, spiritual, around just in general, at the top of your mind, which part or which area of your body would you say you've had the most struggles with?
Probably my brain, mind. Yeah.
Okay. So around the
Physically quite
mind.
strong. I've had a few injuries in the past, but it's all like sports related stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, mainly trying to sort my head out is been the consistent thing.
And you don't, how's your immunity? Are you able to fight illnesses easily?
Again, since COVID, I haven't even had a cold. Since Carnivore, I
Yeah,
haven't even had a cold. So yeah,
that's
pretty good.
wonderful. That's great. Okay, so it's mostly around this space. Okay. So we most of your challenges are coming around. I would what I'm getting is the busy mind. That's where your challenges are lying now. And I think you've conquered a lot in your healing journey. You've conquered a lot of the physical stuff, you've beat the habits. And I just want to congratulate you on that, because that's not easy, right? To stay on the path, to keep the discipline, it's not easy, and it can feel very lonely.
Yeah,
And with the rest of the world, it just appears that everybody's going in the opposite direction, and everything that comes out in this world is feeding that. You know, sitting a lot, the extensive amount of like binge watching TV, that kind of stuff. It's not really supporting the way of health. It's not also supporting connection, like real human connection. It kind of just takes us further away from each other. And the problem with that is when we are able to disconnect from the people around us, that speaks directly to you disconnecting from yourself. So I just want to honor everything that you have done so far. Okay, so what I want to quickly go through is your typical day. What does your typical day look like? Walk me through it from the moment you wake up.
alarm goes off at 6. I'm usually up before that. I doom scroll for the first 15 minutes of the day. Various different Instagrams and the likes. I go downstairs, get showered, get changed. I'm on a train by 7:06. So within an hour, I'm up and out. I take my
So this
creatine
is
tablets.
so you're going to gym at around 7.
No, going to work.
Oh,
That is. Going on a
going to work.
train,
Okay.
train
Oh,
to go to work.
train. Okay.
I take some creatine tablets and drink a half a litre of water in the morning as soon as I wake up. Get to the station, go to work, cycle over to work, get to my desk, and I usually have a decaf coffee somewhere in that chain. Could be at the station, could be at the other end.
Mhm.
I get into work, try and drink 2 litres of water in the morning before lunch, and I just get cracking with my day. Lunchtime, I go and have a steak and some eggs, and then come back, afternoon, crack on, then go back home, back on the bike, back over to the train station back home. And I either go to a workout or I go home, spend some time with my missus, play with the dog, that type of thing. And then back to bed. That's it, really. It's nothing as exciting as that when you read it out loud.
But that's actually you are doing a lot of things, right? So time with the wife and then playing with the dog. What time do you go to bed?
10 o'clock, sometimes earlier.
Okay. So if you look at your life, okay, and then what typically what's happening on the weekends? Because I know it's going to look very different from the weekday.
I wake up at the same time, normally. Saturdays, I'll go boxing. Sundays, I go hot yoga. Saturday daytime, I might go to the football. I might go dog walking. I might do something with the missus, depending on what we got on. Sunday, I come back from hot yoga and get some stuff sorted for the week. But I'm usually so tired that I'm kind of just sitting there staring into the abyss. And yeah, again, play the dog, walk the dog, that sort of stuff. And then I'm in bed pretty early. Usually have some sort of family something on a Sunday, so I'm either cooking, hosting, or going out and meeting everyone. But yeah, that's
Yes.
pretty much in a nutshell.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you now that life is gonna change a lot after the baby comes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
very peaceful now.
Oh, but it's gonna be so beautiful. When is the baby due?
End of January.
All right. Okay. Do you have any questions?
What happens next is my question, actually.
Okay. What happens next is I am just going to have a look at everything that I've received. So I don't know if you've gathered yet, but this is more, what can I say? How can we describe it? It's more woo-woo. Okay, it's not what you used to. I will sit and meditate on all the information that you have given me. And I will see what I can perceive with my third eye. Okay.
Okay.
And they are going, which is why this interview was so important because, it's me reading your energy and it's me seeing the unseen and tracking for what's not visible to our eyes, right?
Okay.
And this is the realm that we're going to be working in because this is the thing, right? No matter how we live our lives and no matter how present we are, most of what is happening in our lives is dictated by our subconscious mind. So this is a lot of the space that I'll be working with is what's happening in the background, what's working, what's the subconscious stuff that is actually dictating everything that's happening for you, right? And our aim here is energetic health because when you have energetic health, your energy is healthy and vital. And it's the stuff that over time that clogs your energetic field, that leads to things like illnesses, that leads to issues in your relationships and stuff like that. And so this is actually the root of everything that most people don't attend to, right? And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be clearing all of the energetic imprints from you so that you are just able to be that most highest version of yourself. We will also be traveling into the future so that we find that highest possibility for you. And we step out of the probability. You step out of the bell curve of like what is happening with most of the world, right? That is what we're doing. Is because if you look at what's happening in the world, people get sick and they're getting sicker even younger. People are having heart attacks in their 30s, which is not heard of, right? And a huge part of this is stress. So your work or my work with you is going to be that much easier because you've already taken care of the majority of the physical stuff, right? That's the tangible, that's the easiest stuff. That's where we start. So you've kind of got yourself a head start on that. But with the energetic now, that's like, the subtle realms that we're going to be reaching. So the next step from here is going to be that we will meet again and you will just come with an issue. Whatever you can think about, maybe something that is persisting, something that, is nagging you at the back of your mind that you want to bring to the healing session. Or it could be something that pops up on the day. So that's all you need to do is, just reflect on that.
Okay.
Just reflect on that. And for this next week, I just want you to also reflect. Yeah, I guess this is your homework on what do you want to remove from your life, if there's anything. And this could be people. This could be maybe certain ways of thinking. I think we already established that you want to remove the busyness of the mind. That's like you want more clarity, you want more focus, you want more presence. I mean, who doesn't want that, right? Because then anything you do is going to be done to the best of your ability.
Sure.
So you can just reflect on that. And when we meet again, you bring that to the table.
Beautiful. Okay. My dog's on my lap now. He got a bit bored, but there he is.
Oh, it's
That's
so
the boy.
cute.
Yeah. He gets fed at 4, so he comes over and paws you, and he did bang on 4 o'clock. So,
Wow.
yeah, he's a hungry boy.
He's lovely.
Yeah, he's very super sleepy today. I don't know why. He hasn't been out yet. I need to take him out for a walk.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You must enjoy him.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we'll see next week.
Yeah, anything that comes up for you, you can just, feel free to email me. I am going to give you kind of like a little wheel that I want you to just take some quiet time. You're just going to kind of rate yourself in these different areas. It's like a wheel of life, it's the different areas of your life, so I can see where we stand. And we can work from there. But yeah, I'll email that to you.
Beautiful. Well, I look forward to it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you must take care. Have a great weekend.
Lovely. See you soon. Thank you very much.
We've got some diet plans, health scans, sugar bans, fitness fans, PTs, injuries, laying off the Chinese, ball games, gym chains, protein gains and skin tight tops, and we ain't gonna stop until we hit the 50k. Drop, 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 drop. No excess fat, no FAT, no curry back, no guarantee. Rough or buff, lean on me. We'll end up as fit as a bear.